My name is Heidi Hehnly-Chang, and I come from Syracuse University, that's in upstate New York. And I run a research group there that has a laboratory in the biology department where we study embryogenesis and how you form a tissue during early embryonic development using zebrafish as a model.
My name is Boryana Rossa. I am a Bulgarian artist who lives in the United States, so I consider myself also an American artist. I do varieties of arts. I make films, video, murals, drawings, and I work in the field of bioart as well. I also am a professor in the Syracuse University.
Well, we were supposedly going to invite one scientist and one artist to collaborate in a residency and to talk with our students about collaboration methodology and what is art and science and art and biology.
As well as, in particular, this fellow's was about embryo implantation procedures, partly embryo implantation into the uterine wall, the endometrium, which happened to all of us, and partly, well, using one of these embryo catheters where you suck up the embryos that are outside of the body, fertilized already, and you put this kind of into the cervix.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you put it through the cervix into the uterus.
Wait, where did you get that?
And then if it's loaded with human embryos, you push the embryos into the uterus, and then they implant themselves into a pseudo-pregnant surrogate donor mother or someone who's taking birth control pills.
So it's really interesting to me with embryonic development how I rely on embryos to study that develop externally, so outside any sort of female reproductive tract, which is not how humans, the embryo develops in humans. It really relies on the female reproductive tract. So what about what I study creates gaps in knowledge? So using zebrafish, and while I try to parallel zebrafish development with what can happen with human diseases and congenital birth defects in humans, is there gaps in knowledge that I just can't relate to with mammalian development? And so with the TTT Fellows, it allowed me to think a little bit outside of the box and what it would mean for a human embryo to develop externally, and think about that and the requirements technically that we would need for that to create an embryo outside of a woman's womb. And then the consequences of that. What's the disadvantages of that sort of development for humankind?
My project is related to reproductive technologies. biotechnologies that create an opportunity for us to conceive outside of the body, or to take care of a baby outside of the body, or to implant a baby. All these varieties of developments that are actually going to change the way how we think about gender, how we think about our society. And I look at mythological stories or myths that are kind of matching what these biotechnologies are about. And I think about these myths as predecessors, or as a common place and space of thinking that is for both people who are artists, can be scientists, but definitely people who are interested in the unknown, or something that they cannot explain yet. And therefore the myths are so interestingly layered in almost direct relationship to what we think about new technologies should be, but also to the morals or the values that our societies develop in relation to this biotechnology.
Heidi and Boryana came. They were fabulous. They were fabulous from a scientific standpoint. They were fabulous from an art standpoint.
They are fabulous.
And things continue. We did have our super pink day, and everything is sort of coming together.
Τα φίδια λοιπόν δεν έχουν μύτη, πώς μυρίζουνε?
Να πω,
Για πες μας.
με τη γλώσσα του.
Με τη γλώσσα τους. Επίσης δεν έχουν αυτιά, πώς ακούνε?
Με την ουρά του.
Όχι. Έχουν εδώ πέρα κάποιους αισθητήρες στο πρόσωπο που καταλαβαίνουν τις δονήσεις. Έτσι ακούνε. Έχουν εδώ ένα κεντρικό σημείο που λέγεται σπονδυλική στήλη, όπως και εμείς. Και εδώ κάτω έχουν τα νύχια, ό,τι έχει απομείνει από τα πόδια των προγόνων τους. Οι πρόγονοι είχαν πόδια.
Ωραία, αυτό είναι το ωραίο μας.
So my feeling is maybe we should is that too loud? Two? No, we bring it to you.
Πολύ καλό, πολύ καλό.
Oh, the baby's like, what is that sound? You want to come here? You can go here. Bring your... Wait, I'm pressing something that doesn't exist. Try and bring your face to the middle. the cleavage of the fusion during epiboly will migrate the life cycle into deep cell migrations.
Cleavage, fusion, epipoly, migration.
Somehow the first cleavage leads to ingression and the restoration of diploidy.
No. Morphogenesis, development, formation, embryogenesis.
Woe that the blebbing shall bleb and the cleavage shall cleave during migration.
Ingression, deep cell migration, restoration life cycle, migration.
So I'm pleased to say that we've come full circle. Now we have to write it up as one thing, right? This triad of camps and fellowships. We've finished, but now we have to like figure out what it means all together.
Damn, we still have documentation.